You could be driving.
Now's the perfect time to discover the Honda Accord at Team Honda. Come experience the perfect blend of style, comfort, and reliability. And right now, get 2.9% financing for 60 months. Save on your new Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.
Do you think New Orleans has recovered yet from South Louisiana? Welcome to the Plus on 9 News Now, everybody. A lot of the headlines are Taylor Swift the last few days, and everything on social media. We've all kind of read and seen the same thing, and you were down there. We'll talk about that in a second. It looks like the whole city got clean. Everybody loving New Orleans.
A lot of positivity.
They can clean it up. It's a shame that it takes a big event. They'll do it again for the Super Bowl, but. You know, this should be like a more often thing.
I think you're right.
This is a good trial run, and maybe we'll see more of this, knowing that it's possible to do it in such a quick sweep of time.
Man.
We'll see. You got to see it in person.
I did. It was. I felt like I was part of history.
I think you were.
I drive for Dixieland Tours on the weekend, and one of my weekend drives this weekend was to take a bunch of fans, adults and kids, down to the Taylor Swift show in New Orleans on Friday for the opening night of the 3-night series, and we left Baton Rouge at 3 o'clock. Dropped them off at the front of the Superdome at 5:30. Plenty of time for the 7 o'clock show. Taylor takes the stage right at 8. And I felt like I was part of history. I felt proud for Louisiana. I felt proud. And you know what? In this robbery, mugging, shooting, killing world we live in, and all the political unrest right now, that was such a breath of fresh air. It was a positive. Everybody was happy. They behaved. No violence.
Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice when it happens like that? It's so rare, but it's nice when it happens.
It's sad that we have to, exactly to your point, it's sad that we have to be like, oh my gosh, did you see what happened? Like nothing? It would be nice if that were more the case, but yeah, to your point, it's just everybody just, all the stuff on social media, like, the streets were clean, the smell was gone. Don't take away the smell.
No.
It was neat to see.
Yeah, this is, though, a great thing moving forward, right? All these fans who've come into New Orleans, they're going to come back and remember what New Orleans is like. Yeah. And hopefully that leaves a lasting impression. But even the interaction with the NOPD and the state troopers and the different security detail that was there.
I mean, even with me in this big motor coach in the middle of traffic, opening my door, and they would hop on the first step and go, "Hey, buddy, let me try to help you get the," it was like they were so overwhelmingly friendly. I mean, I've found New Orleans police always to be kind, but I don't get in there and give them a hard time.
Well, that's it. You come in, you respect their laws, you respect everything, and it works that way.
Get your drunk butt off the street. I'm gone. Yes,
well,
sir.
That could be,
correct.
That could be,
and everyone was following the road rules too down that way?
I think so. It was, being kind of kind and courteous.
Good.
It was there was more traffic than any of your highest attended Saints games.
Oh yeah.
And we expected that. They had been down there 2 or 3 weeks, her people, and selling, merchandise and things like that for a week and a half before the show. She's making a lot of money on merchandise, I'll tell you right now.
She's it's all the business the impact that tour
and the new bridge lights looked like a Taylor Swift dress. Yeah. They had multiple colors on each bridge. It was like, what?
She had the Mardi Gras colors going on Friday night, huh? On
sure did.
One of the outfits.
I was proud for our state. I was proud for her show. I was proud for her. She's done such great things, and what a positive.
Look at him coming around.
I know,
That's
right?
respect.
I'm not going to go buy albums or anything like that, but I was part of history.
But you respect a
in
young
a
woman.
very good way.
Yeah.
Oh my! How can you not?
Yeah. And we want her to come back. We wanted to come back to New Orleans.
She was here. I remember before COVID, she was at Tiger Stadium.
Well,
Bayou Country Superfest?
Yeah, Bayou Country Superfest way back in the day. Yeah.
And she started out, I think, leaning more country.
She was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm sure she'll come back to New Orleans again.
I hope so.
It's
for
a really good venue.
You think about someone in their 30s, the best hits, the greatest hits, and she's only in her 30s. She still has more of a career to go.
Got a few years to go.
Eras Tour Part 2. You never know, fans. You never know.
I am a fan of the person, no question.
Love
that. She's done.
Well said.
Do a lot of good. There you go.
I like how you said that.
Fan of this? No, I don't think anybody is. Look at this.
That's kind of a good postcard.
But
that is a spooky shot.
Photographers love fog.
Spooky, I like that. Yes, we're very festive here for Halloween. We can actually see the building now, which I guess you could say is an improvement. We're at 61 out your door. And again, a dense fog advisory is in effect for the entire viewing area. Yesterday, 90, and today's record high, 89, back in 1917. We're going to give that a run for its money. By the way, you got to go back to October 4th for the last time that we had measurable rain. and it was only 1/10 of an inch. So we want to get more rain. It looks like we're going to dial that up, but now we got to work on our timing, right? Dense fog advisory and dense fog is being reported all over the viewing area. We remind you, and of course you already know a lot of this stuff, but you always want to use the low beams, leave extra space between the car in front of you and yourself. Give yourself extra time, and especially if you're going to be near any kind of school zone, bus stop, really want to exercise caution. There's nothing really doing here once we get rid of the fog. So after the fog, we're going to become mostly sunny. It's going to be a nice day. And then looking at the tropical Atlantic, now we do have a wave that's developing. You see it in orange. That means there's a medium chance of development. Could get the next name, but it does not look like it gets into the Gulf. In fact, most of the models tail it back out to the Atlantic. Obviously, I would say for folks in the Caribbean, maybe even Florida, they want to keep a watchful eye on that. We'll continue to monitor it as well over here. Now, we're going to bring all this moisture into the area on Thursday. Wouldn't you know it? It looks like Thursday is going to be the best chance for showers and storms. Now, it's not an absolute guarantee, but you see it's going in that direction. Our dew points are the highest on that day. Our moisture, humidity are going to be the highest on that day. And here's the rain we're expecting. Generally a manageable amount. The areas in blue indicate around 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch. Don't get me wrong, we need the rain. So I'm not going to say that the rain's a bad thing. Just the timing on Halloween could be a little bit better. But there you see the drought monitor. That's the reason why we need that rain. We need to get rid of some of those drought conditions. For today, it's going to become mostly sunny with a high of 89 degrees. Oh, by the way, that would actually tie another record high. Then for tonight, this is going to be our new deal over the next couple of nights. We're going to be a little bit milder, a little bit muggier. We're not going to be able to drop those temperatures as much as we've been able to. And there you see it right now. 50% on Halloween. Hopefully we're not going to have to taper that up and we can just leave it right there where it is. And then it looks like the weekend's in good shape. That's some good news. And then we stay warm and humid for a very big part of the 10-day forecast. 7:09 out your door right now. Johnny A., how are the roads in this thick fog?
Actually, they have gotten a little worse in the last couple of seconds. Let me show you what I mean. This was a lot clearer a few minutes ago. The fog layer seems to have kind of settled down toward the ground a little bit more. I showed you a couple of these shots a minute ago. You could clearly see the exit and on-ramp right here at I-10 near Washington. Laurie Burgess exit right there. Look at what happened across the river. A while ago at the LA1 on-ramp off of the Intercoastal, you could see the bridge in the background, and I was saying, look, it's gotten a little better on the west side. It's dropped again. So fog definitely moves around quite a bit. Things that were not foggy earlier will be, and vice versa. So make sure you're aware that we're under a dense fog advisory at least for the next couple of hours. And obviously this Plaquemine Sunshine Ferry boat, the one boat that's running, will not be running this morning until probably late in the morning or maybe closer to noon actually. 7:10, we got time for a couple of headlines, things you might have missed during WAFB's 9 News this morning. Liz Coe and Matt Williams back from the desk with that in just a moment.
All right, 7:11 your time. We're going to run through a few things happening today, but first things first, very important story here. Eyes on the screen. We need your help finding a missing 10-year-old. This is out of Livingston Parish, Liz.
Yeah, the sheriff's office tells us this is 10-year-old Brody Sturdivant. We're told he was last seen wearing red shirts, no shoes, and no shirt. Last left his home in Eastover around 7 o'clock last night. Please take a good close look here. Sheriff's office looking to make sure we can track him down and get him home to his family. But they need you to share this story, which we've done on our Facebook page as well.
So please, yeah, share that as often as many places as you can. Get out and early vote today. Last of 2 days, right? Look at the numbers already. More than 3/4 of a million people have already early voted in Louisiana. You have today and tomorrow, right?
That's it. So who better to hear from than the Secretary of
There you
State?
go.
That's where the
Exactly
numbers
right.
come from. Nancy Landry is going to be today's guest speaker at the Baton Rouge Press Club meeting. She's talking about election safety, early voting numbers, and preparations for the big election day, which is next Tuesday, November 5th. That conversation's happening at the Drusilla Place Catering. Doors will open at 11:30. She'll take the mic at noon.
Helping our neighbors to the east. We've got a storm recovery, a specific item donation drive. We're talking adult diapers, cleaning supplies, feminine hygiene products, that kind of a thing. This is going to be, you know where the Westfield Center is, the South Acadian Thruway? From 9 this morning till 6 o'clock this evening. Very specific items. If you have any of this, you want to get it out there to the areas, they're going to get it to a spot in Florida. And the locals there, Liz, they are going to distribute it to those who need. Great opportunity to help.
Certainly. Please consider making your way today. It's just a one-day donation drive as well. There's also a meeting tonight. Opportunity, when it comes to Scotlandville community, is there funding that could be set aside to make this a reality? A grocery store for the Scotlandville community. There's going to be a meeting tonight. Councilwoman of District 2, Shauna Banks, is hosting the meeting here along with a number of other community leaders. If you're interested in attending, it's happening at the Carver Branch Library, 6 o'clock tonight.
One more meeting we want to tell you about, make sure that you know about if you want to get in the know before you walk into that voting booth. Plan of government possible amendment in East Baton Rouge Parish. Make your way out to Bluebonnet Boulevard, the library, Bluebonnet Regional Library. They're going to answer some questions that you're going to be voting on, possible amendment, maybe adjusting the plan of government. That's 6 to 7:30 this evening. Again, Bluebonnet Regional Library.
There is so much going on in our part of the world, but really the key story today, it's also this. We want to keep in mind, there's actually a really cool military convoy leaving Port Allen 8 a.m. today. If you'd like to see some of these vehicles that you're seeing here, not only from the different world wars, but from the Korean War as well, they're actually going to have a ceremony at the state capitol after it makes its way from Port Allen.
Yeah, making their way. All right, so, but if they're driving this morning, foggy.
Yeah, they definitely have to use caution. You don't want to tailgate people.
Please.
Take a little extra time. Take it slower, too.
Please.
You can hardly see your hood in some cases, you know, and then stoplights right when you get upon them.
And boom, don't know if it's red.
Speaking of World War vehicles, one of the kids with Legos Saturday built a vintage World War II airplane.
Come on.
Wow.
With his leg at the state fair, the Lego build competition.
Yeah, no kidding.
This Sunday at the fair, last day of the fair, hot dog eating contest.
Okay. Are you emceeing that one too?
I'm not eating. Yeah.
Have fun at the fair. Enjoy it, folks.
This month at Team Mazda, we're spelling October starting with a 0. That's because you'll find 0% financing on every new 24 and select 25 Mazdas, including the all-new Mazda CX-70. Come experience Mazda and see just how much you'll save at Team Mazda on Airline.